All right, so now we are recording, and this is going to be episode 2 of the new Wildcard week by Econ Profit. So I realized that Seth and I misspelled the word profit. We're kind of thinking about prophesize, but we want to make money at the same time. So we're trying to mix the good book and economics together. So you got it though, right, Cindy?
I got it.
Econ Profit. And I designed the logo, and I'm non-technical. It's not bad, huh? So today we're talking about technology, which basically is a curse word in a lot of people's lives. My father being one. Let me play here. There you go. So we had Marketing Monday yesterday. We did not see you there, Cindy. So maybe you'll join us next Monday.
Yeah.
There's Max, the carny. Step right up. 3 balls,
Everybody,
$1. One in wins.
everybody wins, nobody loses.
And then today, of course, is Technology Tuesday. Tomorrow, we're going to do Website Wednesday, and then 3X Thursday, how to 3X your business. Tips and tricks for that, and then Funnel Fridays, which should be pretty cool. So my kids get to wear blue jeans to school. We get to talk about sales funnels on Friday. So it ought to be awesome, right? So Technology Tuesday, what's it going to be? All things tech. All right. So we have a couple of tech guys on here. We have Joel. You're pretty technical, right, Joel?
It can be.
And then email autoresponders. Wow, got a space in there. Setting up Facebook ads, Amazon seller tools, tracking codes, Google Analytics, or anything else technical for your business. Hopefully, if Seth doesn't have an answer for you on the tech side, we can get an answer. So if you're watching the recording, okay, and you see a question that's not answered, please post an answer under the video in the members area so that we can get that out to the person who asked the question. Now, I'm a little bit technically inclined, but not that much. But let me see if I can't disappoint you all. So we still have a few people coming in. If you just joined the call late, go ahead and turn on your webcam and your microphone. This is a group discussion. It's not about me. It's about the entire group collectively. Help me send webcam requests, Seth. There's a couple. There's Storm. And we got Mark from across the pond. Thank you, Mark. You can say hello. You're mic'd up, buddy.
Oh, hello.
All right. So first technical
I'm on
question.
video.
Yeah, your video is showing up here. Yep, that's you. How's it going?
Oh, good. I can't see myself, but yep, it's all good here.
It's just a black box. I thought that was you.
He's very technical.
Mark, he's
Big
technical.
presence.
There you go. All right, so let's get started. This is probably going to be a lot more brief of a call than we did yesterday about marketing, but at least we'll get some questions answered and try that out. So, Max, you asked me if you want to be a presenter. Can I make you a presenter? You're joking, right?
No, I pressed the wrong button. Don't be going there.
All right. You don't want to be a presenter, though, right, Max?
No, I'm here for the entertainment and the
All right, good.
knowledge that Seth is going to share today.
All right. That's fine. Let's see.
How you doing, Seth?
All right. So, technical questions. Who's going to break the ice, Seth?
Probably Mark Hodier. Mark, what do you got? All things tech.
I
What are
have.
you working on in the technical world?
I haven't got any questions. I just tuned in because I was bored.
Oh, because you were bored and we finally did
Everything's
something.
sorted here. Everything's sorted.
All right, good. So if we have a question that you can answer, we're going to take care of it, right?
Yeah, you for sure.
All
I
right.
want to talk about those Facebook pixels because you said we can use those for Instagram and a variety of other things, but I've never really pulled out one of those Facebook pixels before. So is that something that would be worth talking about, or does everybody else know how that works?
So your question is how to install a Facebook pixel on your site or on your sales funnel?
Yeah, well, I don't know very much about them, period. So what do I do? Where do I go? Obviously, I go to Facebook to get the pixel. You said
Right.
that you can use it for Instagram and a few other things too to get people to tie back into you. So that I have no clue on.
Let me give you the hillbilly redneck version of what I believe a Facebook pixel to be, okay? And then we'll let these technical guys fill in the blanks, Joel, and I'll even show you a demonstration if I have to. So basically, a pixel is just a little snippet of code that you install on the back end of your website, normally in the footer section, HTML code. And what that does is if it tracks anyone who, well, first of all, it's only going to track me if I'm a Facebook user, all right, which the majority of people are. I'm not. But that's irrelevant. So if you have the Facebook pixel installed, anytime someone visits your website and performs an action or views a video or clicks a button or initiates a checkout or any of the above, Facebook tracks what that person's doing on your website so that you not only know what your customers are doing, but you can also retarget those customers based on an action that took place on your site. For example, if I want to only track those who visited a certain page on my site but did not complete a purchase, I can do that. And I can create a custom audience based on who visited a page, based on who engaged with a video, how long they engaged with a video, who made a purchase, who did not make a purchase, who initiated a shopping cart, who did not finish their checkout. Does that make sense to you, Joel?
Sure. And the question is, you can do all that with one pixel, or you have to have several?
Good question. So if your target audience is only on Facebook, that's the only place you're advertising, then the Facebook pixel is going to do it for you. But lots of advertising platforms provide pixels for tracking. The most common that you probably heard of is Google Analytics. So Google Analytics is also a pixel that you can install on the back end of your site that tracks what customers are doing, how long they spend on
All
the
right, I
site.
know this is going to be a video.
Who was that?
Sorry.
Come on in, join the conversation. There's no strangers here. We're all friends,
And
right?
if you guys pause your webcam, you have to also mute your mic. It's 2 separate functions, just so you know.
Got it. Sorry.
No, you're fine. No fouls here. So basically, Joel, a pixel is a snippet of code from any number of origins that tracks what people do and how they interact with your website and allows you to be a smarter marketer down the road. So Mark, give me the non-redneck version of what a pixel is, buddy. I know you're dying to speak.
No, I think that's a good explanation, Sean. That's how I understand it. I'm not mega technical on pixels and things like that. But I guess the key thing for me is knowing where to place your pixel. So it on your website, for example, you want to place it, to fire on the page or pages which people visit. So I suppose it's quite important when you're creating a sales funnel as well that you're placing the pixel at the right stage of the funnel. So if you place the pixel on the landing page, all you're really measuring is that group of people who land on the funnel. Whereas you might actually want to try and measure the people who progress through the funnel, and get to the confirmation page where they've actually taken the action that you want them to take. So I think when you're using them, you just got to think about why you're using a pixel, and because basically it's just a little piece of code that triggers. So once it's triggered, it logs the fact that a customer has reached a certain or been to a certain place. That's all. You got to just think about cleverly how and why you're using them, I guess.
Exactly. So while I'm switching screens here real quick, I'm going to give you a quick demonstration for the purpose of the video and show you how I use pixels, Facebook pixel in general. So you have to understand that lots of platforms, both for tracking advertising and other purposes, use pixels to see what traffic or what visitors are doing on your website. So for example, Joel, since you asked this question, have you ever searched for a product on Amazon or on, say, Google, and you go look at a product? Let's say you want to buy a new kayak and you see the product, but you don't purchase it. And then for the next 30 days, every browser window you open shows you an advertisement for a kayak. Does that sound familiar?
It does. That's why I have several plugins that avoid the ads.
All right. So basically what's happened is that marketer has placed a pixel, and it could just be a simple Amazon pixel as well, because Amazon retargets us, as we know, based on our search history. Hey, Dale. So one of one of the pixels that I use for that purpose, it's called retargeting, is ad roll. So once I get a certain number of visitors to my website, I'm placing a pixel in their browser so that I can retarget them when they go visit Yahoo or CNN News or anything else, you know. And that's what's happening. And you set the pixel up as a marketer to only look back maybe for the last 7 days, we'll say, and to serve your ad to those folks who visited your website for the next X amount of days. So I'm going to share a screen real quick, and I'm going to show you one of the many ways that I use the Facebook tracking pixel. Let's see here, main screen. Okay, so we're looking at one of my Amazon advertising accounts here. So if I was to go in here and look at my pixels.
It seems that the card used has been declined. There's insufficient funds.
That's Shapiro talking. Shapiro, your mic's open. All right, so you can see here that this is my UD Buys pixel, which is just one of the many websites that I use for selling product. And you can see the data here on the pixel. You can see page views, view content, initiate checkout, very, very few purchases. You guys need to go buy something. And then we have leads. So if I wanted to dive in and look at the exact data from that pixel, this is just an overview. Okay, this is not a complete course by any stretch, but you can see all these different pixel fires based on activity on the website. So for example, last received, I got the last fire that I had for this particular website was for a page view. It was 1 hour ago, but there's been 2,800 page views, view content, and I'll show you where to put that, because like Mark indicated, we place the pixel in certain places on our website so that we can track the progression through our sales funnel. If you're using Shopify, for example, all you have to do is put that one pixel code on the admin side of Shopify, and Shopify automatically tracks your customer based on page views, how many customers landed on your sales page. My baby girl Heaven, she just got out of school. And they track how many people initiate a checkout, how many people put their payment information into the shopping cart, you know, put the credit card in. And then, of course, they also track how many people complete a purchase and then move on to your order confirmation page. So, and for this particular pixel, what you're looking at is something that I set up. We go from page view to view content. So the page view for me is you landed on my sales page. It tells you about the product. And this is customizable, of course. View content to me means that you clicked through and went to my order page. Initiate checkout means that you started to put in your payment information. 337 people you can see tried to do that already. And then a lead means that I've captured your email address as a lead to follow up. But like Mark said, you can call a lead anything you want, any part of your site. And then I've had 20 people actually add the product to the shopping cart. 2 people completed the registration, and 1 person added payment info. So where do you find the information, right? So once you're looking at your pixel, you can go in and click this little box that says setup, and then manually install the code. And what you're looking at in this blue box in the center, this is your main pixel code that would go into your website. It says put it in the header. I've been told by some super geeks that to put it in the footer, because if you put it in the head tag, then it slows the loading time of the site. Don't know if it's true or not. It's just what I was told.
Probably.
And then, what'd you say?
Probably so. The header would slow things down.
Yeah. All right. So, and then once I continue here, you can see that I can create a purchase pixel, a lead pixel, complete registration, and so on, or view content. So let's say, for example, Joel, you wanted to know how many people viewed the content on your page, right? So you would activate with this little button, view content, and you would take this piece of code, click it. Okay, now it's copied to my clipboard, and let's go into the back end of a website and show you where to put that. So let's check out one of these funnels here. Here we go. Here's UD Buys. This is the one we're just talking about. So let's say for this collapsible straw that I was selling. All I have to do is go into the tracking code and under footer, and I'll paste that pixel code right here. Now, what that's going to do, every single time someone lands on that page, that pixel is going to fire, like Mark said, and it's going to show that I had one visitor view that content. Now, of course, if you're working on Magento or BigCommerce or Shopify, that's going to be a little different. I just gave you a demonstration for how I use it within a ClickFunnels sales funnel. Does that answer your question, Joel?
Yeah, I think so. That's great. I just have to figure out, since I'm not on ClickFunnels right now, how I do it with the software I'm using for my funnels. But the idea is straightforward. I've been using Google Analytics for my sites for years, so it's just a different variation of it.
Exactly. And with Google Analytics, you know how, Joel, you can set different goals within the analytics. So if you land on this page and that page, it's the same thing. So these, just look at it like this. If you're familiar with analytics, page view, view content, initiate checkout, lead, purchase, those are all different goals. And then the other thing that you can do, and I didn't want to get into this, but since you brought it up, I will. Let's say if you want to do a purchase pixel, you can activate the purchase pixel here and then actually enter a value of what that conversion is worth. This is easy if you're selling a product that everybody pays the same price for. You just put in $19. We can do 19, and it's in USD. So you can see that it changed the code here. So what you would want to do, Joel, if you have access to the back end of your website, you would paste this code into the back end, not on the checkout page, but on the page that they immediately see after they check out, because that's going to fire the purchase. Does that make sense, buddy?
Right.
Yep. Okay.
So
So
thank you.
This pixel goes on my order confirmation page for me.
Right.
Because the only way you get to the order confirmation page is if you made a purchase. All right. Good stuff. Let me get the things again real quick. Any more? Give me some technical questions. We need to hit Seth up with something. If you're having trouble using tools or tracking, PPC Entourage, what's some of those other fancy Amazon tools that you use, Seth?
Can't hear you.
You
got your mic muted.
1 second.
So looks like we have a follow-up question in the chat box about the pixels, Shawn. Let's jump into that first, and then we can get into the Amazon tools.
I have an issue with my mic. I can't fix it.
Your mic's fine, Shawn.
Oh, what? Everyone says I'm muted.
No,
See, they were talking to me.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
that's a little tech issue.
All right. Yeah. We used to just smack it through. Is that Bill just logged in? I can't see. The screen's too small. Yeah, we used to smack it around a little bit. We call it a technical tap back in the old days. What's the follow-up question?
So here's the question, Shawn. Would you need to install pixels the same way that you just demonstrated for Shopify, like the individual types of pixels? He says that he just has the general pixel installed on a Shopify store.
Now, on Shopify, they do all the integration for you. It's just the simple pixel code. But if you're manipulating your own website, like say through a sales funnel, or what's the most popular platform? I keep forgetting.
Lead pages.
What is it?
Lead pages.
That's another one too. But yeah, so like any other commerce site that you actually create the site yourself, because
WooCommerce.
Shopify puts it all together for you. What'd you say, Cindy?
WooCommerce.
WooCommerce, that's another one, yeah. But I was thinking about WordPress. That's what I was trying to think of, WordPress. So, if you're building your site on WordPress, or even let's say you have a free site on one of those like Wix.com, then you actually go into the back end where you change the HTML coding, and you'll place that entire pixel code, not just the number that you put in Shopify. The entire pixel code into the footer between the script files. It tells you exactly how to do it when you open up the pixel in Facebook.
So yeah, that was Joel's question. Let's see here.
He's got her baby too, I see.
He's whining.
Andrew says, you mentioned yesterday that you track leads on Facebook. What does your lead metrics dashboard look like on Facebook Ads Manager?
My lead metric dashboard. I have no idea what that means. I'm trying to unmute some people here in the meantime. Help me out, Andrew. Help me understand that. If you're watching, if you're joining the call, folks, turn on your microphone, turn on your webcam, if at all possible, unless you're at work, of course, and join the conversation.
What was the question again?
Andrew
Question
wanted to
is,
see what my lead metric looked like on my Facebook dashboard. I have no idea what that is. Max bailed out on us, didn't he? Somebody
I think Andrew's typing here because he is he's at work.
It's fine. I'm at work too. Thank God.
So he says when you run ads, you look at CPR, CTR, ad spend, impressions, etc. What are you tracking, I guess?
For leads, the reason I use leads, Andrew, is so that I can create custom audiences based on those who made it to a lead form or actually use a lead ad. That's what I use it for. So basically, let me see here. I can probably show you a screen on that. Give me just a second. Need this one. Tell them I said hello. All right. So one of the ways that I like to use leads is on my custom audiences, you can see that I've created custom audiences based on those who filled out either a lead form on Facebook. Holy crap, that's a big cup of coffee. Thank you. We're doing coffee over here. Yeah. My least favorite nephew just handed me a cup of coffee. You can see that I've created, like, for example, this product right here. This is one of the recent ones. I used an actual lead form on Facebook, and I collected 117 leads, and then I use those leads to create custom or lookalike audiences, 1%, 2%, and then 2 to 5% within the U.S. That's one of the things that I use leads for. Let's see what else I use it for. Is that kind of getting what you're looking for, Andrew?
No, I think Andrew might be asking, like, what metrics are you looking at in your Facebook dashboard? Like, what metrics are you tracking on each ad that you're looking at? Are you looking at CTR? Are you looking at CPR, ad spend? Are you looking at the impressions? What metrics are you evaluating as important to your campaign? I think is what he's asking.
All of the above. I mean, for me, Facebook, I have to get super creative every day and almost reinvent myself when it comes to making new custom audiences, lookalike audiences, and how to use the data that we're buying to put more dollars in our pocket. So the answer is all of the above. I mean, I look at everything. But keep in mind, for those of you that don't understand what the Facebook pixel is all about, you're placing that lead generating pixel on whatever page you deem as a lead. So for example, let's say if you go in and you do an opt-in to get a newsletter or a free report or one of these lead magnets. Well, after you put in your email address, the very next page you land on is where you want to have your lead pixel because you've generated a lead. So let's say if you go in and create a Facebook ad and you tell Facebook that you want to optimize for leads, well, Facebook's going to go out there and find those people who are most likely to fill out a lead form or to opt into your lead form. Does that make sense?
Do you have any problem when it's fewer than 1,000, like the one you're showing us? Does Facebook still go out and make a lookalike audience Like, what's the cutoff?
Yeah, what I've been doing, Cindy, is I try to get at least 200 leads, and then once I have 200, then I retarget. Or I'm sorry, I'm trying to click buttons while I'm talking. Once I have 200 people, I'll create a lookalike audience to go out and try to capture video views based on the leads, and then that usually boosts me up, and I get like 1,000 to 1,200 bona fide leads. That's when I start getting super aggressive. But you know, when you're spending 10, 15, $20 a day getting leads for $1 or $1.50, I mean, it takes a little while, but I think those leads, like you said, if you get over 1,000 of them, you're going to have a lot better chance at creating an effective lookalike audience. But it all starts somewhere. I mean, let's see who's here. I think you were there. Were you with me in Tampa when we did the funnel building? Let's see. Dale was there. So
Yes, it
remember
was.
that, Dale?
Yeah.
So we created that entire business based on 200 leads, where we did a Facebook lead campaign. So when you're creating your Facebook campaign, instead of saying you want conversions or page post engagement or whatnot, you create a campaign looking for leads. And then you create what's called a lead form within Facebook, where if someone wants to click your call to action, like learn more, then it just asks, you know, do you want to submit your name and email address to this person? They say yes. We just get leads. I can show you. Somebody's singing.
On cell phone.
Roger, turn it up, man. I like that song.
Yeah. Party.
I'll put a dance club later.
So yeah, basically, leads in this scenario are two different things. You could actually have a lead form in Facebook where people submit their lead knowingly, or you can put the lead pixel on a thank you page or a confirmation page when someone opts into your list.
Are you
That's
guys using ManyChat or Instagram much for your advertising and business right now?
So Cindy, when I was getting really good results from my messenger campaigns, Facebook was going through their privacy debacle, so I had to rig up a system with VAs to kind of do it manually. So using that, I haven't really played with ManyChat because of that.
Okay.
But that Facebook Messenger, what I found for the strategy that I was using, was working way, way better than a lead card or a conversion ad.
Okay.
Another point that, Shawn, you mentioned it briefly, but I just wanted to highlight it, is that when you're placing your lead pixel, you need to place it on the page. So basically, when somebody loads a page, that pixel fires, and that's how Facebook is getting the data. So if you put your lead pixel on the thank you page, like Shawn said, if they have to enter their email before they hit the thank you page, and as soon as that page loads, that's when Facebook will register it as a lead. So for instance, on a sales page, you could have the requirement that they enter their email address or their phone number or just their name, anything like that. So whatever you're deeming as the contact information effectively is what your lead is. So like in my funnels that I'm running right now, a lead is an email. So they go through the sales page, I get their email, now I'm registered as a lead, so it's costing me $2 a lead on average right now to get somebody who's interested in buying a $20 product on Amazon. And right now that is working pretty well. So you just have to know, like Shawn said, what you're deeming as a lead and where to place the pixel in relation to what you want to classify as a lead. Hopefully that makes sense.
This calls for a demonstration. I can smell it right now. let me get keyed up here. All right. I got all your beautiful faces right in front of me here. I got to move them over to my other screen. So when you see me do this, I'm actually looking at you. All right. What was I doing here? I want to show you what happens when you actually create a lead campaign. I have to hack into my daughter's Facebook account since I don't have one. So good in this
Is that one of your products, Shawn?
I wish. That's pretty cool. think
For the fisherman who has the
here's a perfect example. So this is the product that Dale and I launched in Tampa. It's Rhino Rest. It's an adjustable bed frame. We created, because I wanted this whole campaign to be virgin, so to speak. When we kicked off our event, we only had 2 days to put everything together. So I ran a lead campaign on Facebook to generate leads for this product so that we would have something to build audiences off of. And I think, see if my memory's serving me right, I think we had about 200. So if you, and it, you know, the lead form has to be attached to a specific Facebook fan page. So if I go into that fan page and click on publishing tools, I can go down here to forms, maybe. You can see where it says lead ad forms. And if I go to forms library, you can see that I've had, okay, we had 271 leads. So that was on May 3rd. So when we did this event, it was May 15th or 16th, I believe. So I had launched this ad campaign so that we could start generating leads to find out who the heck our buyers were going to be, because we had no idea. I thought it was going to be important for us to launch that from scratch so that everyone in attendance could see the entire process of how we launch a product, how we generate leads, and so on. So basically, these leads are expired because, you know, it's past time. But once you have them here, you can just click the download button, and it'll download all those leads, names, and email addresses, like Facebook email addresses, into a CSV file that you can upload and create a custom audience. But at the same time, Facebook already collects those leads for you in a custom audience. We're going to go try to find it real quick. Let's see. Narrow this down. So here's the very first one that I did. These are lead submissions. No, it's not. Let me see. Okay, these are lead submissions. It says the audience is too small because all those leads are expired. We're looking at the one right here on the bottom, Rhino Reste, man, lead submissions. So I created a custom audience and told Facebook, look, create the audience based on everyone who filled out a lead form for this particular product. And then you can see from there, we went in and created all these lookalike audiences together on the 15th of May. You can see the date it was created because that's when we did the event and launched that product right there live. But it all started with those 270 leads.
So back when you first created this, even though it was only 200 in your audience, they could still create a lookalike from that?
Absolutely, yeah. Now it's not going to be as targeted as a 1,000 or 2,000 person audience. Sure. Let me just look and see what those leads cost. I may have deleted that. This is like my no, it's not. I'm in the wrong ad account. There we go. Let's see. I don't know why I'm not seeing that lead. Oh, here we go. 122 leads. Let's check and see what it looks like. So we generated leads for, let's see, 122 leads, $1.88 per lead. You see that? Mm-hmm. So that first campaign that I ran, $229, generated, about half of our leads that we used to launch that business. So I can't remember the exact step, Cindy, but you can see right there it started with 122 leads, and I think that in that 2-day period, Dale, I think we sold like 8 or 9 of those beds at $800 a piece. Does that sound right? Something like that.
I think that's about it.
Yeah. Wow. So. Nice.
Hey, Andrew has a follow-up. He says, what are you looking to spend to collect a lead? What is too expensive? Are you looking to spend at most $1 a lead, or what is a satisfactory dollar amount per lead?
I love Andrew. He's got all the good questions. Thank you, Andrew. All right, so right here, I mean, obviously we want to collect leads as cheap as we possibly can. Sometimes I'm paying $2 and change. Sometimes I'm getting them for like 60 or 70 cents. But here, let me look at one of these campaigns. Let's see. This one, okay, you can see right here that I generated leads for 64 cents. 89 leads for this particular product. This is the one I was telling you about yesterday at 64 cents. But if you look at the Facebook lead campaign, and this is the exact same creative, same targeting and everything, the Facebook lead campaign was, what was it, like $2? It's right in front of me somewhere. Okay, so $2, that's not it. Lead campaign. I need a better way to name my campaigns, I think. So we have leads from Facebook that were costing me like $2.45 on average. You can see we have 51 lead forms, and then the ones on Instagram were 60 something cents. Purchase. I can't even see it now. Seems like I just showed you something on Facebook. Oh, that's the problem. I'm looking at the wrong campaign. All right. So you see Facebook leads. What am I looking at here, Seth? I'm confusing myself.
I don't know. You look around for a second. I'll kind of give an overview. So Andrew, it doesn't really matter what you're going to pay for a lead. You just have to make sure that at the end of the day, you're making money on whatever you're selling. So for instance, if you're paying $2 a lead and you have to collect 10 leads to make one sale, so it took you 10 people, so your close rate is 10%, so you made one sale, it cost you $20. Now, if you're making more than $20 by acquiring those customers, then it makes sense. So that just gives you an idea of what you're looking at, because you can pay way more per lead if you're selling a product like Shawn is for $800 than if you're selling a fidget spinner for $5.
Yeah, thank you, Seth. I just had this pulled up 2 seconds ago. I was showing you where I was doing a lead campaign to kick off this particular. Now I'm only finding the WC here is the website conversion campaign, but I know I just showed you a lead campaign that had 64-cent leads. What the heck did I do with it? Oh well.
Don't worry about it.
We
I
believe
lost
you. That was on Instagram.
Oh, here we go. Inflatable mat lead generation. Duh. If I just read. Okay. There's the difference. It's hard to type and talk, you know. So 64 cents per lead on the Instagram. This IG just means Instagram. And then the Facebook leads were $2.10. So on average, I collected 116 leads to start that at 98 cents a piece. And then I immediately killed that campaign and started creating lookalike audiences based on just 100 leads. And, you know, I think the first day I sold like 3 deals, you know, did about $2,000 in sales. So to me, that's a pretty good trade-off for $20 a day.
So how much was the lookalike audience as far as the cost per lead?
The lookalike audience, I went to a website conversion campaign, not a lead campaign. So I started with the leads so I could find out who my target audience was. And then using those leads, I created a custom audience. Let's just walk through the process. I can show you easier than I can explain it, I think. Let's see. And I'm the non-technical.
So for you guys who are setting up campaign from Facebook to Amazon, Shawn, I can't remember the name of the software, but we just talked about a software where it would display the sales that you got on Amazon related to a Facebook ad that you're running in your Facebook Ads Manager. So that way you can see exactly what Shawn's going to show you here on your own website. You can now do that with Amazon, and it'll give you your cost per conversion, sending traffic to the eventual checkout on Amazon. So it's pretty cool. If you guys are interested, let me know, and I'll try to get you the name of that software.
I'm interested.
I'm interested.
Sure.
Yeah, we're interested.
Me too.
So you can see the inflatable mat leads here that I launched on August 6th, apparently. I went from that to a custom audience based on 50% video viewers. So we had 2,300 people that watched at least 50% of the video. And then this is funny. I'm glad we're going through this because I preach this stuff all the time, but you can see right in front of you, I actually eat my own cooking. So the inflatable mat lead forms, I created a custom audience there. And then I did lookalike audiences based on 50% video views, 1% US, 2% US, and 3%. And then I created a lookalike of 1% of the lead forms for 2.1 million. And those were effective. After I got over that, effective, like I pulled that back a little bit. But that kind of shows you the natural progression of how that went. And Andrew's interested too, so get us the name of that software. All right, let's get off of Facebook Pixels. Who's got another question?
Aweber versus ClickFunnels, Sean.
Why didn't you guys tell me that I didn't have my screen share with going? I just walked through this entire process, and then I realized that I wasn't sharing my screen, and no one cared. All right, this is what
No, your screen's been shared. I've been looking at it all the time.
Yeah, we can see it.
No, the other, this one we couldn't see.
Oh,
Either that or somebody else has a screen up, but you're talking to the stuff that's on the screen.
I can't walk. Bubble gum. So this is what I thought I was showing you. You can see that I started this campaign right here with this inflatable mat leads, and then I created a custom audience based on those leads. Basically, it's like, so you already know that I spent $200 change getting whatever it was, 100 leads or something like that, right? So the very next step in that progression, this is what I talk about all the time, is I create a custom audience right here. Click on custom audience, and then it's going to be an engagement audience. Now remember, we did a lead campaign. I didn't do a website conversion or a page post engagement. It was a lead campaign with a lead form. Once that campaign was finished and I had those 117 leads, I created a custom audience using a lead form, all right? And then, of course, you have to choose your page, which is going to be this one, all right? And then specific lead form is going to be this inflatable mat lead form, all right? And so basically, I created that custom audience right there. Facebook knows who filled out the lead form, so that's where the audience came from. And then from that, we created a custom audience for 50% video viewers. We did a custom audience for lead forms that I actually uploaded, because just for testing purposes, I download the leads, then I upload those as a customer file. And then we did 1% video viewer lookalike, and then we did 2 to 5% video viewer lookalike, 1 to 2% video viewer lookalike. That's what I thought I was showing you. All right, let me go back. Going back to my presentation. Jeez, I told you I can't walk and chew gum.
All right, guys. So that software is called zontrackerfb.com, and it actually creates a customizable metric in Facebook where you can decide, like Sean showed you earlier, the conversion value, and it'll keep track of your sales generated on Amazon from ads that you're running on Facebook. So it's pretty cool.
Sounds cool.
Can you say the name again? Yeah.
Michelle?
Yeah, can you say the name again? Zon Tracker.
FB, like Facebook, but FB. And guys, if you are a Quick Fast Hurry member, Michelle, we are paying for a first month of that software for free. So shoot us an email, support@QuickFastHurry, and we'll get you on there. Remember, I was on one of our webinars, Michelle.
Yeah, well, yeah, I've been a bit lax.
You didn't take in all the data they shared at one time? Oh my.
Okay, I like Andrew's follow-up. Andrew says, that's awesome. I was running lead campaigns to ClickFunnels, but had no idea how many of those people were actually purchasing. Thanks for that. Yeah, good stuff. So you can still find out how many people were purchasing if you're running lead campaigns to your ClickFunnels. You just have to make sure, Andrew, that your pixel's placed in the right places. Like every single one of my ClickFunnels pages, which I have hundreds and hundreds of them, all have some form of a pixel so that I can track what my customers are doing and retarget them. Like we talked about yesterday, guys, about talking to your audience in a different language based on how engaged they are, how much money they spent, how recently they spent it. You can do the same thing using pixels. If you're strictly using Facebook ads, then of course you use a Facebook ad pixel. But who's to say you can't have 2 dozen pixels installed on the back end of your website. You know, it's hard to track more than 2 or 3, but just saying there's no limit theoretically. What was your question about custom audience, Joel? Where are you at? I just seen you on there, Joel.
Am I on?
There you are. Yep, you're up.
Okay, great. When I've done custom audiences, I always usually just work with the emails. But yesterday I noticed that you could work with name and address as well. And I was wondering, have you ever done that? And is the results about the same on that, Shawn? Or
you know what? Just out of laziness, Joel, I usually clean the CSV file just down to an email address because I just don't want to put all those fields up.
Right.
And the only reason I do that is just because I'm naturally lazy, don't want to work that hard. And I've seen some of the so-called gurus that say, oh, you don't need anything but email addresses. So I really can't answer that. You know, I don't like to speak in theory, buddy. I don't want to make something up for you.
Yeah, because I get a lot of those emails like from Manage by Stats.
Right.
So
now, I don't know how much of those Facebook's going to match up for you. Do you have statistics on that?
Not that. Well, if I have, let's say, 5,000 names, without paying extra, I might only get maybe 10%, 6 or 10% of the names. So 300 to 500 names out of those original, let's say, 5,000 customers. So that doesn't give me many emails. That's why I'm asking, because I'm thinking, wow, I have almost like 4,000 or 5,000 names of my customers from Amazon, and with their address, you know, that seems like that would work out better.
Here's the problem with that, Joel. How many email addresses do you use?
What's that?
How many email addresses do you have access to for Joel? 3 or 4 or 5?
How many emails? I'm not following you.
How many email addresses can I get a hold of you with? You have a Gmail, a Yahoo, a Hotmail. You have one for your business.
Probably at least 4 or 5.
So here's the problem: if you don't have access to the email address that person used to log into Facebook, then they're not going to find a match.
Yeah.
That's why I like to do a lead campaign on Facebook, because you're getting that person's Facebook email address automatically.
Right.
And so you have a 100% match.
I see.
Even logging into my daughter's Facebook, she still has an AOL email address that logs into Facebook, and I'm sure she hasn't checked that email address in years. So you're never gonna find her on email, but you can target her on Facebook if you have that email address if she fills out the lead form. That's why it's important, the lead campaign.
It appears that if I have like 500 that I'm getting from Managed by Stats, maybe like 200 match up with Facebook.
That's pretty good. I haven't been able to see those type of results, but my favorite campaign to run on Facebook, if you're starting with cold traffic, the best thing that I can tell you to do is do a page post engagement campaign with no call to action and a lead campaign just to find out who your buyers are. And it's like you're driving down the street and everyone who's interested in your product steps out on the curb, raises their hand and says, hey, I'm interested. And that's really what we're doing. We're not asking for a purchase. We're just trying to identify who our potential buyers are.
Sounds good.
And you should be able to do that for around $1, no more than $2. If it's more than $2, then you need to change your creative or change your offer because people are not responding. So, you know, when I'm getting for an $800 product, I'm getting leads for 98 cents. That's pretty strong. You know, and you only need a couple hundred of those.
Right.
But if I was to go out there and try to immediately go toward a website conversion campaign, those same purchase that I got for like $100, whatever they were, that was my CPA, could have been $400 or $500 until Facebook optimized it. So for me, the catalyst, if you will, to push that Facebook campaign to the next level is to gather leads and buy that data as quickly as you possibly can using page post engagement ads and lead campaign ads. So, you know, we can talk about that on Funnel Friday. I'll go into, maybe we'll just build out a campaign. That'd be cool. And then place the
That would
pixel
be cool.
on different funnel pages.
I would like that.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
It's only a couple of days away. All right, so let me read a question here. Andrew, thank you for being involved. He says, I had the lead pixel, but was sending them to my listing on Amazon on the next page and did around 6,000 to 7,000 in sales on Amazon, but I didn't know if they were from my email list or Instagram. Okay, so that software that Seth just shared with you is going to make that easier for you. And if you're one of our Quick Fast Hurry Insiders members, then you have access to that software. We're paying the bill for the first 30 days. I can't remember. I don't know which Andrew this is, so I apologize. There are a bunch of you. If you do an email append on Managed by Stats for your Amazon sales, can you email those customers even though they did not directly opt in with you? The short answer to that, Andrew, is no. Unless you have permission to have them on your email list, and you're not supposed to market to them. Have I done it? Of course I have. We all have. But you're not supposed to do that. It's definitely against terms of service.
You skipped over a question here, Shawn. It's a little bit earlier. AWeber versus ClickFunnels, pros and cons.
AWeber to me is just an email autoresponder, right? ClickFunnels is where I create my sales pages and order forms to actual sell products. Seth and I use AWeber for some of our different businesses, but for ClickFunnels, I use their integration called Actionetics and a email autoresponder called SendGrid, SEND, SendGrid, because it automatically integrates with ClickFunnels. Seth says, actually, if we compare it side by side, I think, Seth, that we're getting a heck of a lot better deliverability and open rates with AWeber, right?
Right. So Actionetics is amazing, but Actionetics, you still have to link an actual software into it that will actually send out the emails, and that's where we kind of struggled. Sometimes SendGrid or some of these other ones don't have the best reputation, so then your deliverability goes way down. So I was getting like over 80% open rates on a particular campaign with AWeber, and I was getting less than 40 on SendGrid using ClickFunnels. So just think about that. If you're building your funnel on ClickFunnels, you can still link AWeber to it for your email autoresponder. And in our case, some of our tests say that AWeber gets twice as many opens as Actionetics and SendGrid.
And just, we're talking about technical stuff, which, honest to God, guys, I am non-technical. Believe me, I Google this stuff all the time. Like, how do you do this? How do you do that? My nephew and I were Googling like hacks on Google Sheets earlier because I don't know how to do it. But I did learn something recently that will help your deliverability. And if you'll notice, most of the emails that you'll get from meetshawnhart.com or Quick Fast Hurry are going to be from a .biz address. And I learned this from some super geeks that if your send from address is a personal name at a company, then you get better deliverability. For example, it'll be, Seth at quickfasthurry.biz. You did register the domain, right, Seth?
Right.
So better deliverability, than like Seth at gmail.com or, support at quickfasthurry.com. And we noticed that immediately. So, and the reason that we do that, you want to be a personal name and do like a .biz or .co or something outside of your main URL. That way, if whatever happens, God forbid, you get flagged as a spammer and your emails are no longer being delivered, going straight to the trash or junk email, then all you got to do is just switch your domain. Now, all of a sudden, you become Cindy.co instead of Cindy.biz or Cindy.net. So keep those two separate. Your main business URL for your store, your funnels, should be your .com, and then use all the other ones for your email atrocities. Sometimes I've been flagged a few times for sending email from the wrong account, like from one of my Shopify store accounts because I clicked on the wrong integration, and it doesn't take long for them to start throttling. Now all of a sudden you send out 2,000 emails and only 10 of them get open. And that's exactly what happened.
So yeah, and just to clarify on that ClickFunnels versus AWeber, just on the email deliverability portion, when I was testing this campaign, I was running ClickFunnels, and I would have it send an email immediately, but it would show up 30 minutes later in my spam box, and Aweber would show up immediately in my regular inbox. So that's the difference in the services there.
You have to protect your reputation with your sender. I'll show you one of my dashboards with SendGrid. Just give me a second. You guys like this visual aid, or am I boring you?
No, it's helpful.
I don't see the visual aid. I'll just looking now at your agenda.
All right, let's see here. What was that? That sounded like a mark.
He was saying we're just looking at the agenda right now.
Right, I'm switching screens. I have 3 screens right here. It's craziness.
For somebody that can't walk and chew gum, 3 screens sounds a bit challenging.
It is pretty challenging. Let me see. All right, here's one of my SendGrid accounts. Let me share this screen. You know what makes it possible for me is that I'm an Apple, I'm a Mac user. And with Mac, you just plug stuff in and it just freaking works. You don't have to be a rocket scientist. All right. So you can see my reputation suffered a little bit. I try to keep this at 99%. It's impossible to be 100%. But out of 5,490 emails I sent this month, I still have a 96% reputation. If that gets down below like 85 to 80%, then your open rate and your deliverability goes bad. But you can see that my deliverability is 95%, 65% open rate, which is pretty darn good, and 7% click through.
Okay.
This is what you want to keep down, these bounces. So when people have bad email addresses, they opt in and they think they're cool because they write test@gmail.com. As soon as you see those bounce, you got to take those off your list because those bounces hurt your reputation. And of course, spam reports do as well. So.
And I found out that the bounces, no, the unsubscribes, Aweber charges you for.
That's
so
very good. What the hell were they going to do for $3,200?
Exactly.
Who knows?
What did you say, Joel, about the bounces?
Well,
what the hell were they going to do for
subscribes, Aweber charges you for, so we got to get rid of those too.
Oh, yeah, Joel, always talking about money.
Money.
Yeah, they do. They'll charge you every chance they get, won't they? All right, switching screens again. I like this. This is going pretty good. I actually had a bad feeling about Technology Tuesday because I was thinking, who's going to answer technical questions? But I guess you guys are just as non-technical as I am, so I just BS my way through this.
And I'm guessing this was through Buckfinder?
Who's saying that?
Attendee 14.
Oh, I'm watching.
Oh, okay.
It's MW.
What do you mean by tracking codes on here? Are you talking about like how to track the ads that you're using on Amazon Seller Central, or what's tracking codes mean on your agenda?
Okay. Well, I'm glad they didn't shop.
I think Attendee 14 doesn't know his mic is still on.
You know,
yeah, I'm about ready to mute
minimum
him right
wage
now.
work.
Watch this. All right, he's gone. All right. I think it's Michael Weepring. He's my buddy, but he's talking. Ping me when you're done, Michael, and I'll turn you back on. So, yeah, I was just throwing some stuff in there to kind of get you guys thinking along technical terms. It never fails. Someone would always like, well, how do you do this? And how do you plug that in? And how does this integration work? And, what are you doing for this tool and that tool? So hit Seth with some technical questions on Amazon. I want to watch him squirm a little bit.
Yeah, how do you find your tracking codes, Seth? Like if you've set up a tracking code in your coupons or whatever, I never know how to go back and see who bought what with which coupon or whatever,
Right. So a lot of times we had to use coupons because if you're running outside traffic, like from Facebook, you couldn't see. With that software, you'd be able to see. But to do it manually, all you do is go to reports. You'll drop it down. It'll say fulfillment. And then on the left-hand side, there'll be a little segment that says sales. And you hit see more, and it'll say like coupons or promotions. Just show you all of the coupons that you've that have been claimed over X date. and then you can just run that through Excel, sort the codes, and you'll be able to see who claimed what and when.
Okay.
Can you give us a demonstration, Seth?
Or perhaps just go through it again, because all I heard was
Yeah, you're like,
Yeah, me too. It was like you're doing a bad version of rap or something.
Eric Clapton live.
Okay, so it says my internet connection is slow. It recommended that I stop sharing my webcam. Can you hear me better now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Take your nose off the cam. It's fine.
All right. So when you're in Seller Central, all you do is go to the report drop down, and it'll say a couple different options, and then you just click fulfillment. And in the fulfillment section on the left hand side, there will be a section for sales, and then you hit see more under that. Then it will say promotions or coupons. I think it says promotions. Once you click promotions, you can run a report for whatever date range you're interested in. And so what I like to do is pull that report into Excel, and then I can sort the columns by the coupon code, and you'll be able to see how many people claimed those codes and when they claimed them. Does that make sense?
Yes.
That's great.
You know, a nice host would show a demonstration. Just saying.
Not if their webcam's slow.
Yeah, my webcam is faltering. I'm on my phone's internet, so I don't know if I can pull it off.
I was gonna say, maybe Quick Fast Hurry needs to pay for your internet or something. I don't know.
It's free.
At least the first month.
Mommy.
Yeah,
It always comes with cost.
Get home. All right. Hey, Mike, how's it going, man? I seen his lips move, but I didn't hear any audio. Did you?
Nope.
Oh, there he is. What's your technical question today? Still not working.
Unmute your mic.
Your mic's muted on your side. Michelle, did Pete go make us a drink or what?
No, he's gone to watch the football. Oh, sorry, soccer.
Yeah, soccer. So, any more technical questions?
No.
Well, good. I think that went pretty well, Seth. I was a little nervous about it because I didn't know if we could be technical enough. So, think about it for next month. You know, we're going to do these Wildcard week. Ever since I got these stupid braces, I have this speech impediment. Have you guys seen my braces? Look.
Look good.
I did it with my two boys. We all got them at the same time, but it's kind of hard on an old man. So anyway, we're going to do this Wild Card week, the second week of every month. It's going to be Monday through Friday, always at 2 p.m. Eastern. Unless, of course, Seth has a funeral or something he has to go to. He'll bail out on us, but I will not because I don't like funerals. But, you know, Seth gets his priorities backwards sometimes, don't you, buddy? No comment, I guess. So anyway, tomorrow is Website Wednesday. So we're going to talk all about websites, building websites, setting up maybe the autoresponders for your website. For me, all my websites are built on ClickFunnels just because I'm super familiar and savvy, I guess, with the technology. So I refuse to change at the moment. But websites could be Shopify or it could be WordPress or any number of things. Let's talk about that tomorrow. If you don't have a website for your physical products for your store, then you should have. You already know that. So have your questions ready for tomorrow if you're going to join us live on the call and go through there and try to help each other. But when you show up for tomorrow's call and the day after and next month, keep in mind that this is about all of us. So whatever you have to give to help out your colleagues, feel free to answer the questions and, save my breath a little bit. Seth, you have any parting words, buddy?
No, I think Technology Tuesday went pretty well, Shawn. Next time, guys, we can talk about like keyword tracking and things. If you have any technical questions related to Amazon, we can try to do a demo. I don't know if I'm coming through well or not right now, but yeah, I think it went pretty well, Shawn.
And you're doing better on sound.
Yeah,
So
I can hear you now.
all these calls are recorded.
Good.
I'm throwing the most interesting ones up on my YouTube channel, but Seth is creating a back end members area that's 100% free, but you just have to register to be able to access all the content. And when is that going to be ready to go, Seth?
By the end of the week, Shawn.
By the end of the week. All right.
No pressure.
So
On our way out, I do have one last question, because people are telling me that my sales pages or the funnels should not be part of the website. And other people don't say that. So how do you set up a funnel that isn't part of a website? Is that what ClickFunnels does for you?
I don't really understand what you're asking me. You're saying that they want your sales page to be hosted on a totally different URL than your website?
Yep. Or a subset. In other words, I could have a subdomain like a slash or something, but the idea was to keep people from looking at all of the pages on my website and really having them look at the sales page.
Oh, so that you can only show real buyers your order form? Are you sending them to an order form that you're hosting, or are you sending them directly to Amazon?
No, everything. I'm hosting everything. I'm not. Right now, what's happened is Amazon hasn't played nicely with me lately, so I'm not doing as much with Amazon as I would like until I get some other things set up, and then I'll go back to them.
They only love you once every 2 weeks.
Through my own website.
So does anyone else on the call have any idea why someone's telling him to host his sales page on a different URL or on a subdomain? I have no idea why.
No.
I think, Joel, what they're saying is that you shouldn't use the same domain for your sales funnels as your, like say if you had a Shopify store, because if you just went to the root domain, you would just probably go to your Shopify store. So like for us, in some cases, we will have like the plural version of whatever it is. So it could be like pizzaslicers.com could be our Shopify store. And then pizzaslicers.com will be our sales funnel, like root domain. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense. Now that you said that, Seth. So for example, the site that I just showed you, the UD Buys, udbuys.com is the root domain for my sales funnel. But if you want to go to the Shopify store, it's a subdomain, Joel. It's shop.udbuys.com. Maybe that's what they're trying to tell you. That makes more sense.
That makes sense. Okay. So I just have to set up some more subdomains.
Right, because if someone types in your URL within ClickFunnels or any other platform, you have to tell ClickFunnels where do you want that traffic to go when they type in your regular root domain. And it could be any number. It could be your sales page, your order form, your lead capture, whatever that is. Your opt-in page. So
yeah,
maybe that's what it is.
I have several products on one website.
Okay.
So,
and are you using Shopify?
I've got 2 Shopify stores, but I haven't done anything with them yet.
Okay. I like Shopify for foreign transactions. If I'm selling in the US, I send everyone to my sales page where I can opt in, get the email address, and then from there I send them to an order form. If someone tries to exit my order form without buying, I say, wait, would you rather buy on using PayPal or buy on Amazon? And then I put a link there taking them to Shopify. I never send paid traffic to a Shopify store personally. I just think it gives them way too many options not to buy.
Let me mention what I've done with a recent, I've just bought a new domain, and I've got the domain that I don't have hosted anywhere. And I've set up my sales pages on Convertri for my funnel pages. And what Convertri allowed me to do is to set up a custom 404 page, which redirects them to my main lead page on my funnel. And so I don't have to host it anywhere else. If they put in the www.domain.com or just my domain.com, all of those takes them directly to my main sales page on my funnel.
So if someone goes to a bad link, then Dale, instead of getting a 404 error page, they go back to your root domain?
Exactly right.
I like that. That's how mine are set up too, but I never thought it through that well. You know, sometimes we get in a hurry building out these funnels, and I do a lot of copy and pasting. You know, sometimes you get that extra space after the URL, and if you don't check those, they'll go to a 404 error page. So if you do what Dale said, even if they get an error page, they send them right back to your sales page or whatever, your root domain, your opt-in page. I like that. Good point, Dale. Thank you for putting that out there.
That's smart.
All right. Anything else? Yeah, go for it.
So on the video engagement ads, you know, I've been setting up that sequence, running it pretty much as you set up, and I've got the first video running. It's doing great, getting engagements for a couple cents a click. I'm getting ready to redirect that or feed that audience the second video, but I went to go create that post today, and Facebook's not letting me create another video post for some reason. Have you seen that before? It's just not even giving me the option. And I've got several Facebook ad, accounts, but for some reason today I can't create, a video post, to run as an ad. It's just not even giving me that option.
Are you trying to create the post right on the page, Mike, or are you?
No, I'm doing it inside a Business Manager.
Okay.
I'll go up there and I'll get to the page where I can actually even see, the post I created before. I'll click the button to create a new post, and when the pop-up comes up, it's just not giving me an option to upload a video or anything like that.
Strange. The only thing I would, anytime Facebook kind of glitches out on me like that, I just log completely out, clear the browser history, shut down the computer, and restart it, and that usually fixes it, unless you have an issue with one of the payments or something like that. Sometimes Facebook will lock me out if they see like what they see as suspicious activity, and then I'll have to reactivate my ad account. But if that was the case, you would be prompted to do that. I would just log out of everything, clear your browser history, and then turn everything back on. If it's a glitch, that should fix it. I have not created any video ads in the last 48 hours, so I can't really relate to that. Anybody else had that problem recently? No?
So Mike, for me, a lot of times Facebook will glitch if I'm using any other browser besides Chrome. So if you're not using Chrome, try that.
Yeah, I use Chrome exclusively, but Chrome has some caching problems. So I'll just try to clear it all out. I probably have too many tabs open.
That's the story of my life. I opened Bookmark this morning, and Chrome said, "Are you sure you want to open 47 tabs?" And I'm like, I have to track my work somehow. Oh, here we got a question. Max the Carney, step right up. 3 balls for $1. 1 in wins, right, buddy?
Yeah,
So
well,
we cover it.
Well, actually, because I had to step away for a little bit, I don't know if you actually covered some of the seller apps or seller tools on that list that you had on your little agenda. Yeah, Amazon seller tools. If I missed it, I'll just watch the replay.
No, he didn't talk about that yet.
Okay.
That's just one tool.
It really wasn't an agenda. I was just trying to think, what technical issues can I put up there to tickle your brain to make you ask questions? So I personally don't have any new Amazon seller tools, but what I had in mind there was, if you're having problems with tools that we all use, maybe we can help you work through those problems. So do you have any new tools that you're excited about besides that Zon tracker, Seth?
Yeah, Max, so if you missed us talking about how to track Amazon purchases from Facebook ads, check that out on the replay. And really, unless you're not using like Managed by Stats or some of the basic software that we talk about, I don't think you're missing out on much. What are you struggling with in your business right now, Max? Is it inventory management? Is it keyword ranking? Is it keyword tracking? What is the pain point in your business that you're thinking of when you're asking about an app? What can we solve with an app?
Well, actually, I guess I don't really have any pain. It's just always looking for new products. That's always my pain. So research, I think there really are no specific apps that are going to help with that. But I just wondered whether there were any new apps that anybody had been using that helps them along with their business that, would just be a point of note.
I have to admit, Managed by Stats has really been, probably of all the ones I'm using, that's the one that's most consistently provided me with invaluable information, even to deal with state taxes.
Okay, good to know. Good to know.
Right now, for me, Max, I don't handle the day-to-day Amazon stuff, but for me, the tools and apps that I'm getting the most valuable data from are the Google Analytics stuff about page load times and, did you know that you can track how deep a customer scrolls into your website? I didn't even realize that, so I started playing around with Google Tag Manager and Analytics. Joel probably knew that because he's an analytics guru, but
just a heavy user, but not a guru.
I like the sites that tell me how to optimize my web page because, I've noticed that if your page takes more than, we'll say, 4 seconds to load, that your drop off is, crazy when it comes to traffic. The attention span of today's shoppers, online shoppers, is just so small that your page has to load consistently quick, and the problem is a lot of these guys are going out there and they're filling up their landing pages with these PNG files and all these crazy videos and stuff that autoplay. And the average shopper's not going to wait 10 or 12 seconds for a page to load. They just move on. So for me, those are the most effective tools that I've seen recently. But we can talk about those tomorrow on the website Wednesday. That might be a good topic.
By the way, considering that and considering what you talked about before, and I've been working with ClickBank and some of those folks, somebody was saying that all of his friends have moved from Facebook to Instagram. So it may be that what we need to do is have some websites that don't have more than 4 pages for those people that are younger or are not going to waste any time if it doesn't load right.
Right.
So that we just have a really small website that loads very fast that's for a particular audience. So as we're thinking tomorrow, you may want to bring that idea out.
Yeah, remind me tomorrow and I'll show you a demo of some of the sites that I've created specifically for mobile. I don't know about some of these other platforms, but in ClickFunnels, we have the capability to create a regular site and then we have a mobile version of the site and we can add a certain elements to the regular browser site that will not show up on the mobile and vice versa. Like, I'll show you where you have the exact same sales page, but the mobile version looks like this. We don't have all this flash and GIF and videos and stuff. And then the regular desktop version looks different. It's the exact same site though. And you just hide those elements from mobile. But one of the key things that I do, and remind me to show you the difference tomorrow, is that I always check and see what my site looks like on mobile, because in reality, 80% or more of your traffic's on a mobile device. So, and if I was super technical, I would know how to do this, but I'm not. I'm making my sites what you call mobile friendly. They're not actual mobile sites, but they will load and look good on a mobile device. And I think that's
just look for a responsive theme.
Yeah.
Responsive theme adapts to all of them.
Yep, exactly. So yeah, let's do that tomorrow. All right, let's see. Oh, here's some good stuff. Andrew says large images on ClickFunnels crucify your funnel. We compress every photo. Yeah, so one of the tools that I've been using recently is tinypng.com, and you just upload your photos and compress it. And what I like to use is about an 800 by 800 pixel photo, and do it in either a GIF or GIF, however you pronounce that, if it doesn't have a lot of detail, a lot of color. Otherwise, use a JPEG, not PNG. PNG for me, I only use if I have to eliminate the background on a photo, which is not necessary. But the PNG files are notoriously a lot larger and they take a lot longer to load than a JPEG.
That was tiny. What was that again? Tiny
PNG. Good stuff, Andrew. And then Andrew also shared, look in the chat box, gtmetrics.com to check your website speed. Paul, you asked, is there a replay of Marketing Monday? There is. I uploaded that one on my YouTube channel, but Seth is also going to add it to the members area at the ecomprofit.com. He says he'll have that done by Monday. All right. I think we've accomplished our goal today. Thank you, everyone, for showing up, especially those of you who turn on your camera and your mic and join the conversation. Joel and Michael, but without the webcam. And Joel number 2, Dale, Michelle, Tammy, Larry, Max, Martin. Should we call him Martin or Marty? Do I know you, Marty?
Martin. How you doing?
Hey, doing well. You sound like you're from the other side of the pond too.
UK.
Okay, good. We love UK people, don't we, Michelle?
Yeah, you love me.
Mike, thanks for showing up and joining the conversation. All right, guys, until next time, we'll see you tomorrow, same time, same place. Right, Seth?
Right, guys. Tomorrow is Website Wednesday, so we'll see you at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
All right, take care, guys.
Thanks so much,
See you next
guys.
time.
All right, bye.
Thanks.